Listen, you already had pancakes from the show this morning. How about beer from the best?
Yes, it's like brunch.
Introduce our boss, our leader here.
I'd love to. Hold on a second.
The president is here.
The president of Louis Glunz Beer, Jerry Glunz. Jerry, it's great to meet you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's nice meeting you.
And National Beer Lovers Day.
Gotta love it. That's just a great, every day's Beer Lovers Day for me, but it's important.
How is business? Because I know how good business was during the pandemic. I assume maybe it leveled off a little bit, but is it still great?
It's actually really doing well. I mean, the on-premise is starting to come back alive. We lost 45% of our business when they shut everything down, but that's all come back. Unfortunately, we've lost some great establishments, but they're coming back. It's coming back strong, so we're excited.
Tell the story of your family for a minute.
Well, my great-grandfather immigrated over from Westphalia, Germany, a town called Potsborn, in 1879, and he came to Chicago on request from his friend, Oscar Mayer, who came over with him.
Wow.
Of course he did. And did Oscar Mayer drive the Wienermobile?
No, I think that short guy did.
Okay. Got it.
But he started working for a company called the Wackerberg Brewing Company, and Mr. Charles Wacker was a civic leader at the time, and he asked my great-grandfather if he'd be interested to bring this little brewery that was helping the city rebound after the Chicago fire. They had the only water purification plant on the Great Lakes.
How about
so
that?
They were bringing tanker barges of water down. They were drawing the water off the lake, off the shore, and that's why they put the cribs out there so the groundwater would never be polluted again. So they did that, and then when the city got back on their feet, they asked, these people want to bring their beer down. Would you be interested in going into business? So he actually lent my great-grandfather the money to start the company. He bought the building at Wells and Division, the House of Glunz, which is still there 135 years later.
It must have been a smart guy.
I know it.
Yep.
I mean, we hear great stories about businesses being started, but that's pretty cool.
It's
Especially when
great legacy. We're very excited.
Especially when your pal was Oscar Mayer.
But so growing up in this family business, so beer was always part of your life, and you knew that you would carry on the tradition.
It was basically done. I knew from the day I was born practically. I mean, I started every job in the company. I swept the floors. I dusted bottles at the wine store.
Well, that's what it should be.
No, that's right. And
Yeah.
there's nothing that I can ask somebody to do in our company that I haven't done myself.
That's great. And I bet you're a great president
fantastic.
because of it.
Oh, thank you. I'm the fourth generation running the company.
That's
How many
great.
Along with
employees?
my brothers and sisters.
How many employees?
We have about 102, 105, depending on the season. We go up during the summer because the business starts to spike, but our biggest selling months are the summer months.
Does anybody make better beer?
There's a lot of great beers out there. So
No,
it's
the answer
really
is
tough.
no. Nobody makes better beer.
Nobody makes better beer.
Product line varies from what to what?
Well, we are like the all other house. We don't have any of the big three, but we have almost everything else. I mean, we helped start the craft movement in Chicago back in the 90s. Moved on, and we started bringing in specialty imports. So we've got a lot of great import beers. We have a huge Belgian portfolio, a huge German portfolio. So we do a lot of odds and end beers. I always say if you've never heard of it, we probably sell it.
Being the president of a beer company sounds like a really fun job. So you're drinking beer every day, no problems. Everybody's happy. You're giving everybody joy.
I wish it was that easy.
Is there a little more to it than that?
Well,
Yeah,
I enjoyed working on the streets when I was selling to customers. I was in accounts every day and, got to really know customers and stuff. And then as I moved up, and now my job is dealing with bankers and lawyers and stuff, and the heads of breweries and stuff. But I still find time to crack a few.
Jane makes a good point, though. How do you determine who gets to drink at work?
Well, we try to discourage them. I mean, yes, you can have a beer or something at lunch and stuff. We do encourage that, but this isn't a you come to work and party. Work's got to get done. You still got to go see 30 accounts a day. You still got to go talk to these people and talk about our portfolio, because we do have a portfolio. It has to be hand sold.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, understandable. All right, so National Beer Day. Well, how are we celebrating?
well, I'm drinking beer, getting ready for our big festival this weekend, the German Oktoberfest.
Talk about that. It's in Lincoln Square, right?
Yes, we have the German American Oktoberfest in Lincoln Square. We've been doing this for a little over 100 years. This is put on by the United German American Societies of Greater Chicago, and it's really a mix of all the clubs from around the Chicagoland area. If you go to any city in this country, you will find that there are German clubs out there. They're all having their Oktoberfest and stuff right now. So we put ours on, and it's just a great opportunity to get together, enjoy the culture, enjoy the food. We've got the bratwurst, we've got the Thuringers, we do the Leberkäse, which it's like a pork loaf, but it's more like I call it German meatloaf.
Wow.
But it's just a great thing. They
I
got
call
fresh
it
potato
somebody
salad.
give me a Prilosec. BYOL, bring your own lederhosen?
Yes, there's you can get lederhosen. There's a place in Lincoln Square, International Fashions by Ingrid, that she sells lederhosen.
She
and
does.
And but
I
that's
love
part
Ingrid.
That's fantastic.
Yes, but there's all sorts of these places. So there's great to have. A lot of people, what are your opportunities to wear these things? You wear them to these events. We do one in the spring, one in the Oktoberfest in the fall. And you just don't have too many other opportunities. You got a Halloween costume for the rest of your life.
Smart. And it's probably very well made.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I appreciate that.
And that little, is it a quarter mile even? The Lincoln Square block? It's not long. And there's just cool stuff going on there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really developed into a beautiful neighborhood, really family friendly. I mean, it's great to see people pushing the baby carriages around. And there's just a lot of culture.
It's a big family neighborhood.
You can't walk around and see the architecture and didn't see the German influence on all the architecture and all the houses and stuff around there.
I wanted to ask, when it comes to the Oktoberfest thing, obviously it's got October in the name, but traditionally starts in September.
Well, in Germany, they start in September to go for the better weather because in October the weather's kind of iffy. So it has to always end in in October. So they can start it out 2 weeks before, but that last weekend has to be in October.
Okay, that explains a lot.
The Von Steuben Parade starts at 2 o'clock on Saturday, but there's events all weekend. What website should folks go to?
The website is
GermanDay.com.
GermanDay.com, yes.
All right, GermanDay.com. And you guys are going to drink some beer here.
I hope so.
What? Tell us about this beer.
Okay, well, what we have, the beers that we're serving Hofbrau Original from the Hofbrau Brewery in Munich.
I feel you should say it this way. It's Hofbrau! So you got the Hofbrau. What else do you have?
We have Pabst Blue Ribbon, which is started by a German immigrant up in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And this year we're actually offering the Stiegel Radler, which is it's made in Salzburg, but it's still Bavaria, and it is a mix between original Goldbrau Lager and they got grapefruit juice, and the other one is raspberry juice. And it's just a nice, refreshing summer drink. So,
all right, sip away, kids.
And fall drink as well.
And fall. And
So-
Once I brought Tom in as a designated drinker. I can't drink and drive the show.
I'm going to have a little taste. Which one is this one?
this is the Hofbrau Original.
Oh.
And we say Prost!
Prost!
Prost, which means bottoms up. No, what does it mean?
It's cheers. It's
Cheers. Yeah.
It's good. It's light and refreshing. It's really good.
Majority of the beer the brewery brews is the original.
It's really good.
They drink a lot of golden lagers in Europe and Bavaria and stuff.
Do you guys still do the warm beer thing, serving at room temperature?
Yeah, everybody thinks it's warm. It's not really warm. It's just got a chill to it. Beer is something that you need to really taste the flavors. So if you drink it really cold, it masks the good flavors. Mm-hmm. So if you drink it not warm, but a little bit warmer, it does taste better. You bring out a lot of the flavors in the beers and stuff, especially when you get into all these other, Belgian beers and some of these other ones. I mean, everybody serves them ice cold. Yeah. I usually put it aside and let it sit for a little while, warm up a little bit. Then you get the really good flavor out of it.
I have listeners all over the country and a 310 listener, California. It's National Beer Lovers Day, Steve. National Beer Day is April 7th. National Drink Beer Day is September 28th. It's National Beer Lovers Day today.
There you go. I like that. See, we always make another holiday out of something.
Gotta get it right.
That means everybody needs to crack open a beer right now and join us.
That's right.
In your car, use your seatbelt.
It's not just for breakfast anymore.
That's right.
The Glunz family. What a great story about your family.
Really great story.
It really is great.
We're very honored to be a part of the fabric of the Chicago area. We've grown up, done a lot of festivals. I did Taste of Chicago. I did Chicago Fest back in the day. We helped get the Kindle Market off the ground.
Well, and to know that your ancestors helped rebuild this city.
No doubt about it.
That's pretty great.
And you make great beer.
We like that. Actually, we don't make beer. We only sell it.
And you sell great beer.
Thank you. Yes, we do.
But thank you for coming over, and everybody should get to the German American Fest this weekend in Lincoln Square. One more time for the website. Tom, what is it?
GermanDay.com.
Well, there you go. GermanDay.com. Good impression, Tom. That was very
I
solid.
know. I do a very good Chris.
Chris, thank you as well.
Thank you, Steve.
And hi to everybody working at the Glunz.